Hello everyone. This is a video. It's going to be a really quick video. I just wanted to stop in. 2019 was a heck of a year for me. I actually ended 2019 finding out I had a fatty liver. I'm like, wow, really? Come to find out, well, a fatty liver is when the liver begins to store more fat than what it should because it's having a hard time releasing the toxins from your body. And a lot of times that's due to the alcohol in the system that cannot be flushed. It affects people differently. It doesn't like you have some people who can drink for many, many years and they are never affected by a fatty liver. You have light drinkers like myself, who 2019 was kind of like a turn up year for me, I guess you can say. So I did consume a lot more alcohol than what I normally would. More so wine. If you can see, this is really what I was consuming, and it's I want to say 18%, as opposed to like the 40% proof vodkas, the cognacs, the what is it, Everclear that I see people drink. And like I said, it affects people's bodies differently because your liver is unable to remove those toxins. Sometimes it can be because you're consuming the alcohol too fast. Sometimes it can be because you're consuming too much alcohol. Sometimes it can be attributed to you also having pancreatitis. There's several contributing factors. And then you also have the non-related fatty liver, which I don't know much about that. I do know that they say it's a bit more difficult to get rid of than alcohol. Well, not get rid of because I don't think that can be reversed, such as alcohol fatty liver, but alcohol fatty liver can in fact be reversed. And I did mine in an 8-week time frame. I went in, had the sonogram done, had the CT done, was able to actually look at the picture of my fatty liver, and I began doing my research to see what was needed, which I kind of had common knowledge of it, but like I said, last year was really just a turn up year for me. Typically when I drink, I do not drink right before bed or first thing in the morning, whereas last year I was drinking first thing in the morning. I was day drinking in the evening times as well, and a lot of times I would miss meals drinking and I didn't even realize it until after the fact. Nonetheless, I was able to reverse my alcohol fatty liver in an 8-week time frame. Like when I just went in last week and got my new CT scan done as well as the sonogram, my liver has completely rejuvenated itself. Like it is completely back to normal. And so now what I'm doing is drinking in moderation, which I actually did that throughout the 8 weeks. I know a lot of times they tell you to avoid alcohol altogether, but for me, it's something I prefer to have. It's not something I have to have. It's just something that I want. It's definitely not an addiction because I went the first 3 weeks without it completely. Did not miss it at all. And then afterwards, there was the Super Bowl, and that kind of kicked it off for me. And when I participated in beer pong during Super Bowl, I was like, hey, I kind of miss this. And so I began adding it back into my diet. I'm just more cautious. I do not drink first thing in the morning. I'm sure to take down a smoothie, which I'll do another video and come back and explain to you guys or show you guys the smoothie that I also use to help reverse this fatty liver in an 8-week time frame. But what I use for 8 weeks, and as I stated, the first 3 weeks, I did not consume any alcohol whatsoever. I immediately went back to my lemon water, as I know lemon is it does assist the liver with removing toxins. Green tea does that as well because it's high in antioxidants. And milk thistle, which I had never heard of before. It's a traditional herb that they take from, I don't know the name of the flower. Well, I know the name, I just can't pronounce it. It's like Silybum Marianum. I don't know the name of it, but I'll put it here. It may be blurry. Can you guys see that? Milk thistle. Anyway, so what I do at least 3 times throughout the day, I'm sure to cut up a lemon. As you can see, the lemon is floating here. I drop these in as is. The heat helps to dissolve them. And of course, I add my green tea, what you see here. I put that in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes so that it gets like scorching hot, like really hot, so that it breaks down and softens the lemon, and I get the full effect of the lemon, what's pulled away from the lemon rind and all those kinds of things. Nonetheless, this is what I consume 3 times a day, every day, for a full 8 weeks, and was able to reverse my fatty liver, my alcohol-induced fatty liver. After week number 3, which I stated, I went a full 3 weeks without any alcohol. After week number 3, I did factor my favorite wine, which is at 18%, back into the equation in moderation. Of course, there were a few times where I did indulge in cognac and vodka, but again, that was in moderation, and I made sure if it was night drinking at a party of some sort, that before I go to bed at nighttime, I consume this drink here. It's really good, by the way, and a lot of times I go ahead and add real cranberries, and that's how it got this red color to it. And that's just kind of like for a sweetener for me, so I don't have to use sugar, as sugar is also a contributing factor to slowing down the process of fatty liver, well as carbohydrates and those kinds of things. But yeah, this is what I did. I completely reversed my alcohol-induced fatty liver in an 8-week time frame, and hopefully this will work for some of you guys as well.